Hello everybody, it's Alexandra Fire, and welcome to Transport Fever 2. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been on YouTube, but a lot, and I mean a lot, has happened. And I'm not going to get into it right now. There might be an update video and a new channel intro, in the near future. But right now I just really wanted to get back to recording, to have an outlet to be able to practice feminizing my voice, and to be able to play games that I love for all of you guys. All, like, 50 of you. Anyway, this is Transport Fever 2. It's a game that I've been fairly interested in for a while. It's a transport company simulator. Basically, the goal is to create an industry... I'm sorry, words are hard right now. Basically, the goal of the game is you're the head of a transport company, and you have to build transport lines, with shipping, cargo, trains, planes, and all that stuff. There is a campaign mode, however, I am going to create a free game. I've already generated the world. However, you can input your custom settings, and I'm going to give you a little preview of the island that I generated using the seed of my channel's username, obviously. So in this world we have 12 towns, 4 in the mainland, and the rest kind of spread out through the outer islands. I picked the tropical setting because I love tropical, and I love islands. And you can choose between having, vehicles from the Americas, vehicles from Europe, and vehicles from Asia. And we're picking the vehicles from America thanks to a conversation with one of my longtime patrons, Xana. He decided that we're going to go with American vehicles versus the other two. We're starting in the year 1850, which is the earliest you can start. And the game has there's an in-game calendar that tracks, what year it is in-game, and you can unlock different vehicles based on real-world innovation and progress. So obviously starting 1850, we're not going to have a lot of technology to work with, and planes are non-existent at this point. Neither is electricity, so we're going to be developing our company with the resources at hand, and as we get access to more technology, we're going to, update our existing infrastructure, and, create new infrastructure for new and better technologies. Now, as I said, I already created the world, so we're just going to go ahead and jump in. Okay, so, yes, we're in the world now. There's a lot. It's kind of a large map. I named the towns based on the suggestions of my generous patrons. Aaron, aka Toss the Goats, Joshua, aka Jaren, and then there's Xana, who I'm not sure wants me to say his real name, so I'm not going to, although I might mention it later based on his reaction to this episode. So, as I said, we're starting January 1st, 1850, well, January 2nd, because it took me an entire day to figure out how to pause it when I was setting up the map. But we're just going to get in and start. Obviously, we're going to start in Alexandria, a small little town. Well, actually, we're going to think this through because we need to decide where to start based on the industries available. Because in the year of the game, we're going to have to make a lot of our money based on shipping. Now, every town has products that are desired. Our town, Alexandria, needs to be supplied with goods and construction material, or bricks, And these products are made at different industries which are available outside of town. So, Alexandria wants bricks and goods. So we're going to need to find a manufacturer of bricks, which is conveniently right here. It's a construction materials plant, and it needs stone, obviously. And we have iron over there, that's not stone. Thankfully, Now I don't believe there are any stone mines near Alexandria. Unfortunate. And we have a couple more towns over here that we could start in, possibly. We have Fajardo, which requires... Oh, we have San Juan over here, Fajardo's over there. Requires machinery and tools. Yes, machines existed back in 1850, they just weren't fancy like they are today. Fajardo... It needs tools and construction material, and for construction material we need stone. And we don't have access to stone right now. We don't have any stone mills in this side of the world. So, we're going to have to see if there are any other industries that we can exploit for monetary gain. Because we are filthy capitalists. My goodness. Wait. Oh my goodness, the answer was right here. We can just build a road here. We can create a line between Anaheim Farm and Anaheim Food Processing Plant. Oh, you know what? All these places, I forgot to rename them all. I'm gonna rename them all between episodes. But, basically they're named for whatever town they're closest to, and Germantown used to be called Anaheim before I edited the map. So, we're gonna need to get So, in order to start, buildings. Okay, we're gonna have to get a road depot. This is how we pay for and summon vehicles. I'm gonna create it a little ways out of town. Just to give... Yeah, I know it's uneven. It's whatever. It's the 1850s. We can straighten it out later. Anyway, this is where we're allowed to purchase vehicles, and we're going to purchase some horse-drawn carriages. Because it's the 1850s and we don't have access to any fancy technologies like diesel trucks. I'm going to go ahead and buy 6 to start us off. And you can see we're already putting a huge dent into our budget. I'm going to buy some streets too. Gonna get us a small country road. I don't want to Now, one thing that I find interesting in this game is how it determines how to build roads and stuff, because they sometimes come out all squiggly and curvily like, and other times they turn out pretty okay like this. Now, we have the road between these two, so we don't have to go through town. Now, there is one thing that we need to keep in mind with towns. Well, there's a few things. There's, what they need, obviously. There's the traffic quality. There's the amount of stations and stuff. And there's also sound pollution, or emission. Well, I guess emissions is general, like, how much those horses are excreting in the street, how much smog there is. But mostly it's noise. I like to think of it as noise. How much noise our transport company is producing. And if we have a lot of trucks running through town if they don't need to be, that's going to generate excess noise and make it so the population can't grow. So with Germantown, we're going to set up a couple of routes. One from the farm to the food production plant, and one from the food production plant into Germantown to deliver the bread to the townsfolk so they have resources to start growing and we can start making some money from them. Now, time is still paused because I don't want to have to pay for stuff yet, because we have monthly upkeep as is in the real world. Now, in order for us to set up a line, we also have to have truck stations. Now, there's several ways you could set these up. I like to do these a little differently than other people. Except I can't remember how to... There we go. That's how we rotate. Platforms left. Now, there's a special way I like to do this that kind of gives us a little bit better throughput, in my opinion. But again, this is, you know, subject to opinion. Because full disclosure, I had this game for a few months now. And I have played some of the scenario plays. And I've watched Catherine of Sky's playthrough of it. She's actually the one who really convinced me to wanting to buy it. Construction not possible. Construction should be absolutely possible. Now this way it'll allow our vehicles to go in here, stop here, and go out there without having to go in and out the same access way. Let's see if we can reconnect the street in a way that makes everybody happy. Absolutely not. Oh, there was a connection for like construction not possible. There we go. That's absolutely possible. Now, because this is connected to the road, this will be able to get wheat onto the station to be delivered over here. The Anaheim Food Processing Plant. Now we're going to put another station over here, and this one's going to have 2 right platforms. It's going to have 2 right platforms, and we're going to configure it again to allow... Oh, not that. Okay, hang on. I'm still figuring out the controls, everybody. I'm sorry. And yes, I said I played this for a while, but I played this for a while when I first got it in August, and then I put it down for a few months because of a lot of different things. And we're going to configure this station to allow for one-way traffic. And yes, I know, we're still in the early phases of the game. I should not be focusing on optimizations like this yet, but I like to think ahead. Because why not? So we're going to be dropping off grain on one of these platforms, and then our vehicles are going to come through and pick up bread on the second platform. And then we're going to go all the way to Germantown. Now, I forget what overlay. Oh, layers make it possible to focus on specific information. So, you know, contour lines for mountains and stuff, navigable waters, land use, track speed, destination layers, cargo layer. Cargo layer? Yes, cargo layer. The cargo layer tells us exactly where in town the bread is desired. So it's pretty much going to be in this area, so we're going to want to put a truck stop, a truck unload stop somewhere in this area that it will satisfy the delivery radius of these buildings, which is where the bread is desired. And we can see it again in this overlay with how we go into the Okay, so it looks like if we put the truck stops... Yeah, it looks like if we put the truck stops over here... Except they're going to go all the way through the entirety of the town over it. Although if we put them over here, it'll also satisfy. It'll also satisfy our conditions. Now, we do have all the infrastructure to be able to set up one of our routes. So we're going to do Anaheim wheat shipping. And we're going to go for... Oh, nope, not that. Again, still figuring out the controls and everything. Anaheim wheat shipping. We're going to click on the station to add it. We're going to start Germantown South. Click on station. Germantown South, where it's going to full load all. It's going to load up. It's going to load up on wheat. And then we're going to ship it to Germantown East. Yes, create a first line with at least 2 stops. really basic achievement, which I should have already gotten. No, we don't want it to load, we want it to unload in Gerentowne East. And we are gonna drop it off in Platform 1, yes. And then it's gonna go back here, and this is going to start giving us wheat. Now the route is created, but we don't have vehicles assigned to it yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our first 3 road vehicles and assign them to Anaheim Wheat Shipping. And yes, I know I need to rename the towns. I'm going to rename the lines also as well later. And now, we have the route ready for just shipping the wheat to the food processing plant. However, we also need food processing to send out. No. I need to create a new line. We also need to make sure the food processing gets to Gerentowne. Gerentowne food shipping. And I know this is pretty simplistic to start, but once we get really deep into the game, it's gonna get crazy with all the stuff that we have to manage. So it's gonna go from, Gerentowne East, and you see how it's going by this platform instead of this platform. That's why we have 2 platforms, so we don't have to we don't have to clog up the platform that's receiving wheat with bread and keep the vehicles stalled. This way each vehicle has its own platform to go to, and it should make the traffic a lot more manageable. It's going to go from Gerentowne food shipping to Spring Street, which is going to be where we're delivering the bread and where all the businesses are going to have to come to get their bread, because we don't deliver to individual businesses like most shipping companies do. However, it's fine. They'll make it work. So Gerentowne East to Spring Street and back again for more bread. Now, what some people do when they start off is they make the trucks, they go to Anaheim Farm, then they go here, and then they go here again to get the bread, and they go all the way around. I like to have each step of the route be separate, just for ease of access. So if I see that, oh, there's a ton of wheat at the bread factory, but there's not enough bread in town, I know that I only have to fix one part of it instead of having to redo the entire route to make it more streamlined. At least that's my thought about it. Now, we don't have any vehicles assigned to Gerentowne food shipping, so we're going to assign the rest of our road vehicles, all 3 of them, to that line. And we can start the game finally. I'm going to start at slow speed. And look at that, we can zoom in. Oh, we can see our horses. Look at them. Oh my goodness, they're so adorable. Seriously, look at them. Off they go to get the farm. Off they go to get the wheat. And I believe we can follow them on their journey. We can go around them. Look, he's wearing a little top hat too. So yeah, it says that they are available for logs, but they're capable of carrying any kind of cargo. If we go into the buy vehicles ability. Now these guys can carry all cargo. We have passenger vehicles which are only capable of carrying passengers. And as time progresses, we're going to get access to more vehicles, new different kinds of transportation that only are able to carry one kind of cargo. Like we can get liquid, we can get shipping containers that can only carry, fuel, oil, that kind of stuff. Then we can get, for railways, we can have like lumber cars, which can only carry lumber, steel beams, that kind of stuff. Basically, as the game progresses, you can get more specialized equipment, but, again, it's 1850. We have to work with what we have. Now, you can control how fast the day progresses per unit of time in game. I had it at a quarter speed because I was afraid that it was going to progress too slowly, but seeing how slow time is going, we'll be fine. I just don't want to advance to the future too fast without having to work out our problems in autosave. Without having to work out our problems of What am I trying to say? I want to be stuck with low tech for a while before we get to futuristic stuff. Now, not sure if you saw that a moment ago, but little $10 signs appeared over the station, over the, the unloading depot. That's our upkeep costs that I was talking about. So even just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, we have to pay for them because, we're using the land. We have to make sure that the things are nice and good. Now we can speed this up because it's gonna take months for these. It's gonna take months for these vehicles to be able to get all the way over there. Honestly, I should have put the road depot up here to start. That would have been much better. But lessons learned. Now we have access to not only shipping, but we also have access to. We have access to bus routes. So is this the type of street? No. I'm going to want to make it the same kind. We can also influence the way the towns grow by building streets and stuff. But also, as you just saw here, the towns will grow on their own. They'll add additions and stuff. And look, you can see this guy. This guy kind of just doing his own thing. Oh. Hello, Cody Reed. You're our example. Now, while there are vehicles that go around, there are also private commercial areas, private commercial people that do their own thing. Oh, these guys don't have bread. They shouldn't be going to town yet. Hang on, I need to pause this. Yeah, you guys need to go back to Germantown East. Are you going back to Germantown East? Yeah, you need to go back. Turn around. Hang on. Play a little more. Go back to Germantown East. And I should probably specify something in this that I forgot to specify. I want these guys to wait for full cargo. So that way they're not, going back and forth, causing unnecessary noise. First cargo item on board. Oh, our horsies. Oh my god, they're adorable. They got wheat. Where are they? Where'd they go? Hang on, I lost them. Oh, they're over here. Look at this guy. He's got wheat in his car. Or in his truck, or in his carriage, or whatever. Oh my god, look at him. Let's just zoom in. Look at him with his little top hat, his little horsies. Oh my god, I love him. I'm sorry, I'm just really easily amused. Because this game is just so highly detailed. They could have made it simplistic and I would have loved it. But they made it very detailed. It's already August. Yeah, I'm going to slow down the speed to half speeds. That way we don't get into the future too quickly. Now, as I was saying before, I realized that these guys were being naughty. And going before they picked up anything, we have access to not only commercial, trucking vehicles, we also are able to set up, oh my god, what is it? Bus lines. So I want to, sort of on the outside of the city, set up a couple of bus routes. Only want one station on each side. This one's going to be normal. This one can go in and out. So yeah, I'm going to sort of set it on the outskirts because, again, the noise. First bus stop. Now, I'm also going to have bus stops throughout the town. I'm going to put one here. And yes, I want them to go anyway, so that way they can, go back and forth any direction they want. Without having to worry about street direction. Now this one can go here. I want you to be here. You to go here. And now you can't set up stops next to other stations, so this section of the street is solely dedicated to commercial interests. And yes, we're gonna have to pay $10 a month for every single station, so we have to be careful with how many we set up. Now, I want to start a new line Starting at Germantown Exchange, I'm gonna go around town, bring it around town, and basically this is just gonna be a circular route through the town. It's gonna be Germantown busing, which is going to allow people from, one part of the town to be able to get to another part of the town without having to walk or buy their own vehicles. And we don't have enough vehicles for, Germantown busing. So we need to go to our road depot and buy a few passenger vehicles, which right now we only have, again, a horse-drawn carriage. I'm gonna buy... Oh, they're expensive. I'm gonna buy 2. Because we don't have a lot going on right now. We just want to set up the route. So we're going to put those on Germantown busing. They're just going to run around town, picking up people, bringing them to work, bringing them home, bringing them to school. Doing all the things buses do, except it's 1851, so you just got to feed them hay and apples instead of gas. Oh, we got the first passenger waiting. Look at that. And our first bus arrived. Look at that. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Oh, there's our horses, and this guy's got nothing, again. Wasting money. Now you can see on each individual vehicle we have its profitability. This guy is making us $11,000 every cycle, whereas this guy we just established is losing us $3,000 every month. Oh my god, we have a passenger on a vehicle, look at that! He's riding the bus into town, he's gonna get to work, and he's gonna buy some bread. Oh my goodness, we love it. My roommates are awake and they're probably thinking I'm absolutely insane talking to myself. And we're gonna check out Goatsville, and we're going to build ourselves not a truck station. We're gonna build ourselves, rotate that to make it in line with the street. Also build it a little ways out of town, make sure it's not too noisy. Don't want my good guy to have to deal with a lot of noise complaints. And we're going to set up a new route from Goatsville Halt all the way to Germantown Exchange. We're going to make sure that's using a different stop than Germantown busing, so that way, people can get off from Goatsville, they'll be like here, and they don't have to crowd themselves around with the people using the local bus line. And the people using the local bus line don't have to wait at the same station as those going, cross country. Jaren Goats busing. And this is gonna be, our first intertown transport. And we're gonna buy, I don't know, we're just gonna buy 1 vehicle for now. And we're gonna put this on Jaren Goats busing. And this guy, what this guy is gonna do, is he's gonna go back and forth between Goatsville, by the way, named for my lovely boyfriend Aaron, aka Toss the Goats. He actually has a YouTube channel but hasn't posted on it for a long time either. Here it is in the cards. But yeah, it's gonna go back and forth between Goatsville and Ehrenberg, or Germantown. Ehrenberg was the original name for Goatsville until I decided that Goatsville had a better name for it. Anyway, it's going to go between Goatsville and Germantown, bringing passengers back and forth who would otherwise have almost no way to access between these two towns other than having to hire their own vehicles. But we're going to make it a lot easier for them to be able to travel cross country. Now, we're going to check something out of Germantown South. We have a lot of wheat. Some cargo items are being lost because the station is overloaded. We don't have enough shipping vehicles to handle this, so what are we going to do? We're going to buy more. Now, we could go into the vehicle manager, buy vehicles, do all that thing. However, something I found super convenient, just select them all and clone them. It'll create more vehicles, and it'll just send them right on their way without us having to go through all the steps of having to buy new vehicles and stuff. So now we have 6 vehicles. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited about this game that I'm just talking so much. And I don't know how much is eligible, how much you can actually understand. But anyway, now that we have twice as many vehicles on this on this line, we should be able to send more vehicles on their way. Now, how much bread are we producing? Not a lot. The station's not overloaded, so it'll be fine. It's fine. Now, there's something we're looking at. We're transporting, I don't know, 10%? Overview, consumers, charts. This is the Anaheim farm. It's producing 200 and shipping almost 200. I don't know what the transport rate is. I'm gonna be honest with you, I still haven't figured this out. But I know it's good. We're producing a lot. I mean, a lot of wheat. And, you know, we're losing wheat, obviously. It's being, I don't know, stolen, it's falling off the pallets. Whatever the reasoning may be, all I know is we're not shipping all of it fast enough, so it's being not used. And we know we could use more wheat because Germantown East only has 2 breads on the pallet, and we know we could put more bread out, send it to town, you know, feed our hungry people. And you know what? I think I might want to spend some money on making a little passage this way, connected that way. So that way, you know, instead of having to go all the way around here, we can just go out here and to the left to Germantown instead of having to go all the way this way. Save us. Every little optimization helps in the overall making of things. Now, we've already spent over $1 million, which is interesting. Oh, we have people waiting at Goatsville Halt? There's one person waiting at Jaren Goats Busing, so maybe we need to have... more people here. I'm going to clone this actually twice, so now we have 3 vehicles. And there is one more thing when we go into the vehicles menu. We can see that they have different levels of condition, ranging from very good to good. The longer a vehicle's in service without being repaired, its condition will go from good to fair, you know, bad, poor, very poor. And the worse it gets, the more it costs for upkeep, and the more emissions it produces because it's obviously of lower quality. It's going to produce more noise. It's just awful all around. So every couple of years we're going to want to check in here to see which of our vehicles are good and bad, and either replace them. Now we have the ability to replace select a vehicle. I'll just show you right now, even though it'll be a waste of money. Replace selected vehicle. This is a cargo vehicle. We're going to replace it with the same kind of vehicle. It's going to cost us over $9,000 because we're replacing a good vehicle with a... We're replacing a good vehicle with a very good vehicle of a higher quality, basically a newer vehicle. We're just upgrading it. Not upgrading it. Although we can upgrade it using that menu to replace older model vehicles with newer ones. Basically, we're just buying a newer version of the same thing. So it's going to have less wear and tear on it. It's out of the factory fresh and not all squeaky. But we don't mind squeaky because right now we're not making a lot of money. In fact, let's check our profits. We're actually not making any profits right now. Our total for the past couple of years has been about negative 150,000, you know, every few months. Which is not great, but also not terrible, all things considered. Now we can go into our line manager, we can see which ones are most profitable. Jaren Goat's Busing is actually the least profitable right now, but that's because it's not really well developed yet. And Jaren Goat's Busing, this bus station only handles this side of town because there's no public transport in town, so we're gonna have to spend a little money to make money. We're gonna go get some bus and tram stops at various parts of the town. We're gonna put a couple here, and we're actually gonna put another street here because is there a better way for that without having to do a lot of... You know what? We'll do that, and they can upgrade it later if they want. So yeah, we're gonna build a few different bus stops around town to allow the people to be able to, you know, go to any part of the town they want, have access to public transportation, and be able to go from, you know, one side of Goatsburg to another, and go from Goatsburg to Germantown on whatever business they may need. Eventually, we're gonna build, you know, high-speed rails between all of these towns, maybe even you know, an airport from one side of the village, from one side of the island to the other, to make it much easier for people to go cross-country. But for now, we only have horse-drawn carriages. We don't have a lot of access to, you know, we don't have a lot of access to high-speed jets and stuff. You know, I could probably optimize this a lot better. In fact, I might. It's actually going to go Central Street, 4th Street, 10th Street, 2nd Street. Central Street. I'm just going to start this over. Hang on. Just bear with me a moment, okay? I'm sorry. Gonna want it to go there. Then around here to this. And then over here, here, and the Goatsville halt. And that's going to be the circular route. It's probably not optimized. Again, I'm not good at optimization of this kind of thing, but we'll optimize it later as the town grows, as there's more crossing streets, and we'll see how it goes from there. This is going to be Goatsville busing. And now we could buy a vehicle from... Oh, look at that, it already optimized itself a little bit. Now we could buy a vehicle all the way from Germantown Road Depot. However, it would take literally months to get here, so I think it would be in our best interest to, you know, create another happy little road depot. Probably right across, actually, right across from the Goatsville halt. And we're gonna buy, I don't know, we're gonna buy 3 buses for Goatsville busing. And these guys are gonna go around town, you know, just picking up passengers, dropping them off where they need to go. And this will allow people to realize, hey, this transport company, they can get us where we need to go, and we need to go to Germantown and Goatsville. We can go between them. Oh my god, and Germantown has bread? Sign me the fuck up. So, at the start, there wasn't a lot of population growth. There was like, I think 70 something, and now we're up to 90 residents. And our population is growing some because we have access to, you know, more bread and stuff. It's making it happy. There's access to transportation and stuff. It's making them happy. Now, Goatsville, we haven't developed a lot, and you can see the target population wants to go up a little bit, and because while we don't have access to gears or boxes, they have public transport, be able to get to where they need to go. Oh my god, I've been recording for how long? Like 45 minutes? I'll go a little longer, because I'm just getting in the swing of things. So, like I said, we have access to different kinds of transportation. We've been dealing mostly with road vehicles. Now, it's 1850. We don't have access to a lot of like different kinds of trains yet. I'm gonna mostly get into that next episode once we start making a big profit with our road vehicles, because, again, as it is right now, what are our least profitable vehicles? Probably some of the new ones, because we're spending a lot of money on them, but let's see. Vehicle statistics. These are line statistics. We want to see our most and least profitable lines. Jaren Goat's busing. Mostly moving just one person back and forth by the looks of it. So perhaps we didn't need to buy 3 vehicles. So we're gonna go into our vehicle. We're gonna go into our vehicle management window. We're gonna click on Jaren Goat's busing, and we're actually gonna sell 2 of them back because configure maintenance for selected vehicles. We're gonna sell them back because we don't really have that many people going back and forth between town right now. We'll buy them back later once the line starts getting like, you know, 4 people on them. Jaren Goat's busing. Okay, we're gonna clone it once. We're not gonna have 3 clones of it, but, you know, we'll see. Line manager. Our second least profitable line is Goatsville Busing. This is because it's newly established. People haven't started riding it yet, but it should be profitable in the next, next quarter. See, look, we already have a lot of people lining up Birch Street. We have 15 people wanting to get on at Birch Street. Do we have any, Let's zoom in to Birch Street. We already made like $1,100 picking up a few people from Birch Street. And we have 16 people waiting now. We have more people waiting there than when it started. We're gonna want more buses because we have 16 people waiting there. We have 10 people waiting there. So yeah, we actually don't have a lot of people waiting this side of town, but we do have a lot of people waiting here. So I'm actually wondering if it might be worth it to have, you know, uptown busing and downtown busing. But that's the more advanced, not really advanced, it's just, it's more logistics to work through. I'm actually gonna go ahead and force the town's hand, make them build a road here, because I have the feeling that I'm gonna want to build some I think I'm gonna have the uptown and downtown busing, actually, because that sounds like a good idea, to be honest. Because this town is already pretty large geographically, so I'm gonna do Goatsville East, because it's actually not uptown and downtown, it's west and east. Goatsville East, Goatsville East busing, and Goatsville West busing. So we're actually going to pause the game for a moment while I figure out the details of this. Why are these 2 separate bus stations? This should be 1 bus station. Yeah, this should be 1 bus station. I don't know why it split into 2, probably because I didn't, there we go. I just want the 1 bus station. That's that annoying thing that's going to be there for a while. So, Goatsville West busing. Yeah, we're going to want to split these lines up because there's already a lot of people crowding over here and none over here. We're going to want to make it a lot more, remove all. Yes, proceed. We're going to start at Goatsville Halt. We're going to go, you know, Birch Street, Wilson Street, 12th Street, and 10th Street. And this is going to be our line for this side of town. And then we're going to build a road here to make it going back to Goatsville Halt. And for Goatsville East, we're going to make it go from Washington Street, Central Street, Walnut Street, and we're gonna make sure we have a little bit of overlap with you know, 10th Street and 12th Street. Could not connect all stations. I wonder why that is. Possibly because the station doesn't exist. Hang on. There we go. We just have to ignore the ghost stop for now, and it should go away on its own. Hopefully. So, I'm gonna, you know, make that street I promised to go all the way from over here to give ourselves easy access to Goatsville Halt. And we'll see if the route is fixed for that. We want Goatsville West busing. Hang on. 10th Street, 12th Street. Want to switch those up. We want 12th Street and then 10th Street, and then it'll go. Yeah, that's much better. And we're gonna play it again and see what happens. It's already November 17th, 1853. 3 years since we, almost 4 years since we started our company. A lot of people waiting at Germantown Exchange. A lot of people wanting, to go Jaren Goatsville busing. I guess I deleted those vehicles way too soon, because now we need more. Now we have a lot of bread waiting here. Wow, 16 whole loaves. And how much wheat do we have waiting here? 111. Doing a little bit better than before. We still have so much wheat that some of it's being lost, some of it's being stolen by pirates. You know, because pirates existed in 1853, 1854. But, you know, do what we gotta do. Got people running around here. Got a town growing. Oh, it's actually wanting to shrink a little bit. Got some noise going on, some too many trucks. People aren't happy. People want a little less noise. They want a little more peace and quiet here. So it's going to shrink a little bit for now until we can get more resources. Got 13 out of 28 bread. We need more bread. We need more bread coming in, so we're going to probably clone a couple of our, let's see, Germantown food shipping, no. We actually want, I don't know, like, 3 more wheat shipping vehicles. Because we have a lot. Because what's the rate? It's 2 wheat per 1 bread, so we want double the bread coming in minimum. So we're actually going to want more than double the bread, so that way there's some back stock available for them, because I think it's actually, no, it's about equidistant, the distance between Germantown South, Germantown East, and between Germantown East and Germantown. It's about, yeah, it's about equidistant. Either way, we need more bread. That's all I can tell you. And yeah, changing up our routes kind of made it a little better for our buses to be able to handle. We're still not making a profit. In fact, Goatsville West is losing us money at the moment. Oh, you know what? Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I mean, I am a little bit of an idiot. I have not bought buses for Goatsville East. There's no buses on Goatsville East, only buses on Goatsville West, because I forgot about that. Anyway, this should be able to help our line, and it's been a long video, so I'm going to stop it for now, and thank you everyone so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, or don't do whatever the hell you want. You know, I'm not going to record anymore for a bit. I'm going to see how this episode gauges, see if you all like it. I really hope you do, because this is my kind of game. You know, it's logistics, it's transport strategy, it's historical, it's just, oh my god, I love it. Anyway, I'm going to stop gushing about the game, and as always, gracias, and have a good day.